crew! Welcome to the Spirit of the Game! Yeah!
The last free lunch. It's a media event, so jump right in to the spirit of the games.
I can't believe it, guys. We're at our last show.
Amazing. You know, don't you remember when we actually had our first show? Wasn't it just like the other day? Felt like
pretty
that,
much.
you know?
But the exciting part for me was like meeting people from all over the world. That's really what got to me here.
And Canada, don't forget. And we got a good 30 minutes to go yet, you know.
Yeah,
Lots of
another
time.
30 minutes. Yeah.
Speaking of Canada, we're going to meet a guy right now from Canada. He's from Cape Breton Island. His name's MacIsaac, and he's an incredible fiddle player.
You're watching the Spirit of the Games and moo.
Just as I pulled up, the police totally blocked off the street here, okay? So I was like, oh, darn. So I ran to change my money. When I came back, the Queen was just ready to come out. There were tons of people in front of the Empress here. And so I went up to my car, and a police officer came up, and he said, sorry, you're not allowed in the street. I'm like, this is my car. I have to get into it. So he's like, okay. Went into my car, came out, sat on the hood. Another police officer on a horse came up. So, this is your car? I'm like, yes, sir. He said, are you going to stay right here? And I was like, yes, sir. And he goes, okay, don't go on the road. You can stay here. Choice seats. Everybody's on the sidewalk. I'm on the hood of my car. The Queen comes out right here. Like I was parked right there, you see. Queen came out right here. Right. So the Queen comes out. She's waving to everybody. She starts driving along the street very slowly. She looks at me. I look at her. She waves. And mind you, I had no shirt on at first. So before she came out, of course, I put on a shirt and tucked in and looked very prim and proper. And so she came out. She's waving. She looks at me. I look at her. And just as she did, I popped down on the road, stood at attention, gave her a brisk salute. And she drove by, and she laughed. And she waved at me. So I was like, I had to phone Mom right away. Mom!
I made the Queen laugh.
Jeff, you were the official photographer for the Queen's visit here. Tell us what it was like following the Queen around and photographing her.
Just kind of being around watching the protocol and watching the security. I didn't spend a lot of time with the Queen other than always in front of her taking pictures.
How many pictures did you say you took of the Queen over her time she was here?
The stuff I did for the government, there's about 52 rolls of stuff that I shot.
Strictly of the Queen's visit?
Strictly, yeah, people involved with the Queen's visit and the Queen's visit.
Do you have your designated areas you have to stay in?
Well, there's a certain protocol you have to watch. You're not supposed to get too close. You have zoom lenses. You always working 15, 20 feet away. You're always backing up, you know. But she doesn't like to have photographers very close to her. That's the way it is.
What about some of the other things you worked on during the games?
Well, I'll show it to you. I did the official souvenir magazine. We photographed the medals and the legislature. Richard Hunt actually signed this for me. He was in having his photograph taken for Business Report magazine, and he signed it for me, which is quite nice of him.
Oh, the Spirit of the Games meant pride in Canada, a really super effort by all our volunteers. It meant it meant a lot. It meant really being impressed with Canadians. I remember one time I had a drunk come up here. He looked like he'd slept in a long overcoat for about 4 days, and I figured he came walking over to my box, and I figured, okay, well, he really looks like he needs something, and I'm going to give it to him. And he reached in his pocket, and he pulled out, and he said, I only have 84 cents, but it's yours.
Oh, that's really nice.
You know, and it really showed me that music touches people of all ages and of all sex and of every color. And I think that's really wonderful. You're watching the Spirit of the Games.
I really think sport is so much more than winning and you know, going, you know, to different places. Yeah, and going for the gold. You know, I think sport teaches a lot about discipline and motivation and develops a lot of character in people. And to be honored for something like that is a huge accomplishment and a great feeling.
When I did lose my sight 11 years ago, I felt very rejected. And as you know, this is the first time that blind and visually handicapped have been involved in the Commonwealth Games. It's given us all a new outlook on life and opened new doors as well. These games will be always in my memory. It's a dream come true.
Anything that's really sticks out in your mind over these last 10 days? Anything moved you?
Jeff Adams. Two gold medals, wheelchair athletes. I love it. I think it's great. And I'm just sorry that they won't give him a real medal for it, right? But that's been my highlight, is watching him come out and just show people what can be done.
One of the very exciting things about these games are the bonds that are formed among countries. Here at Canada House in downtown Victoria, Rick Hansen and several sponsors gave away a dozen wheelchairs, high-tech racing wheelchairs just like this one, to several African nations in hopes of inspiring wheelchair athletics in their home countries.
Rick, your assistance will go a long way in improving the performance of our athletes who have disabilities and would be getting gold medals or medals from all fields now. And I can assure you, give us one more chance and you'll see our performance.
This will be the first wheelchair in Tanzania. We could not compete in the games this year because we did not have even a single chair. So your efforts and in perpetuation of this sport will do a great deal to my country.
So do you think you can break some records with the chair?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah?
For sure, yeah.
Be faster?
Faster, yeah.
In fact, we are very much inspired by this gift. You know, we have been buying these wheelchairs overseas and they are pretty expensive. And you know, our government cannot afford, you see. And our association is also just a voluntary body. And our sport is not, you know, crowd pulling like maybe football where we can collect funds.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, from this wheelchair, we are sure we are going to borrow some technology.
Developing countries are keen and really excited about participating. When you poll the Commonwealth Games Federation members and delegates about inclusion, developing countries are one of the most supporting voices that we hear, and therefore we want to continue to give people who are keen on participating in disabled sport the opportunity to participate. And often what really prevents them from having a chance to participate is access to technology and equipment. It's not just an issue for people in wheelchairs, but bicycles, rowing, sculls, sailboats, anything that involves a bit of cost and technology. And so we're trying to reduce that barrier and put some symbolic seeds that will help grow and pay dividends in the future.
I'm Nino.
I'm Peter. We're called Tesseract.
And you're watching...
And welcome to Spirit of the Gammas.
Games. Gamma. Spirit of the Gamma.
The difficulty with having 13,000 volunteers at the Commonwealth Games is that, well, they got to eat. So how do you feed 13,000 people? Ooh, that's even bigger than Christmas dinner, isn't it? Down here at Thrifty Foods, they package, make, prepare, and send out food for everybody. I mean, everybody.
We're talking about 140,000 meals over the course of 25 days, 7 tons of sliced meats. We're doing as many as yesterday. We did 13,000 meals for the volunteers. We're bringing in fruit, yogurts, muffins, and cookies fresh every day, up to those amounts. Average day about 8,000 meals we're producing to 40 locations we're delivering.
What's the big seller, the big mover?
Actually, all the sandwiches are popular with the exception of a couple of venues such as Heels Range, where all the guys don't want vegetarian, so we're having to cut back on the vegetarian to Heels Range. But aside from that, it's been going fairly smoothly.
You're watching Spirit of the Games.
Anybody want a sandwich?
This has got to be the ultimate Commonwealth Game pin collection. You can win this if you come down to the Labatt Pin Trading Tent. We were here last week. We thought we'd come back down. The action's getting hot and heavy. Let's check it out. Well, this is it. We're in the pin trading area of the pin tent. Let's check out some of our pin traders and see what's hot, see what's not hot. Hey, this is Gary, isn't it? Hey, Gary.
Hi, how you doing?
Very good. How's pin trading been going for you?
Actually, it's been going quite well. We started just about 2 days after they opened up, and we started with a dozen pins, and this is what we've got now.
Has the best part about trading the pins just the fun of trading them?
Oh, it's the fun and meeting the people.
How's your pin trading going?
Pretty good. I've got about 4 or 5 today that I needed, so I'm happy.
Are you going after the whole Commonwealth collection?
Oh, never make it.
How's it been down here over the last week?
It has been absolutely wild. This is the busiest place. It is the unofficial sport of the games. Every night it is chock-a-block full of people. It's been great.
By now, if you've been in Victoria, you've probably noticed that there are some other media horning in on our territory. So just to stay attuned to things, we thought we'd better check out what these guys got going. Have you ever wondered what media really stands for? I have. Pay close attention. Mildly entertaining, dribbling, irrelevant, anal retentives. The International Broadcast Center is the around-the-clock central nervous system for the host broadcaster, as well as domestic and international journalists. From the Broadcast Center, termed IBC for short, broadcasters assemble footage collected by 15 mobile units, more than 200 camera positions, hundreds of commentators, and 2,000 microphones. Pictures and audio are run through some 1,500 kilometers of cable, which is roughly equivalent to traveling between Vancouver and North Vancouver 2,000 times. Reuters is a global news service. Photographers, videographers, and writers report on events throughout the world. Their stories are then distributed to other journalists and news services, for a fee, of course.
Well, it's much more up-tempo here, intense. Everyone's fighting for that image that, puts them into history, I suppose. Yeah, but yeah, it's good. It's good, good feeling, this game. Yeah.
Well, I got the hardest job here because they sent me the most incompetent people to work with. I got an Olympic gold medalist who thinks he's everything. I got a guy who knows nothing about sport, and I got an editor who's never cut anything. Probably my biggest job is making sure they go to sleep.
Really?
Well, no, have a look at them. They look terrible. I can never find them. I mean, we get 3 cellular phones here, and they take them with them, but I think they just take the batteries out, so they know I can't find them.
Yeah, look, it's a little bit different from what I do day to day. You get out and about and everything else, I'm just doing the 9 to 5, Monday to Friday sort of thing. Sort of coming over here and meeting all these people. That's pretty groovy.
This is it right here. This is the nerve center of where it happens.
This is where everything goes on, everything you see on TV.
That's right, and I'm going in there.
No, I'm going in.
Well, there's only room for one of us.
And I'll go.
Rock, paper, scissors.
All right.
And here we go. 1, 2, 3. Yes, yes, I'm in. I'm in. I'm in. While this may look like the bridge of the Starship Enterprise, it's actually one of 3 mobiles that covers the race-walking course. It takes a total of 26 cameras, including those dangling from a helicopter and the Goodyear blimp, to bring you this race.
Dave, I hate you.
Director Greg Bosworth chooses which camera shots to air from a selection of 32 monitors.
I have to have a pee. Can Brian drive the bus? Brian's driving the bus. Thanks, guys.
The biggest thing about directing television is you need a bladder about this big.
From the audio board, the level and quality of sound that you hear is monitored, limited, compressed, equalized, tweaked, faded.
Hi, I'm Cookie. And I'm Heather from the Rankin Family. And you're watching Spirit of the Games. We rise again in the faces of our children. We rise again in the voices of our song. We rise again in the waves out on the ocean. And then we rise again. It seems to be, our type of music seems to appeal to a broad audience of many different cultures. I don't know if it's because of the lively spirit of the Celtic influence or the common everyday man, working man that Jimmy tends to write about. In music, there's a common link with all cultures. I think that one thing that ties all cultures together is music and rhythm.
Well, the one thing that made me feel really proud was the Harbourfest every night, to see so many people of different races and different ages together and just really enjoying themselves in a peaceful way.
Well, it's all of us having this commonality, this sharing. So the spirit is just, we're friends without even knowing each other. So we come in, we just begin to talk about and share buttons and pins and and just talk about our countries and our beliefs. And there's been some good discussions and really good sharing, and that's part of the spirit. It's just being part of something that's common to all of us.
What are you going to take home with you as a memory of the Commonwealth Games?
Well, I have bought this big towel in the swimming pool, and I've got a T-shirt, and I've bought a swimming cap.
What do you remember most, not just of things, but of your experience here?
Well, the atmosphere and the spirit and how the whole town got involved in this one big thing.
The Mountie always gets his ma'am. Episode 11, The Mountie Gets His Ma'am.
Thank you so much.
All aboard!
Wow. This is, this is what I'm looking for. Here we go. There we go.
Good morning.
Morning. Hi there.
How you doing?
Pretty good. This is where it all happened.
Yeah, this is where all the action is.
Yeah, this is probably a bit of a strange request, but I'm thinking, can I drive?
Well, I don't think CP Rail or Via Rail would be too keen on that.
Yeah, all right. Well,
so maybe after about 6 months of training,
all right,
you might be able to.
That seems fair. Or I'll tell you what, if you really feel like you want to go for a coffee halfway up, give me a call. I'm right back here.
Well, okay,
I'll come up and take over.
Okay, I'll consider it.
Sounds cool.
Okay.
Thanks.
Always looking for help.
You've been doing this for 18 years now on this line.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
So you know everything about this, I think.
Well, just about, yeah. One interesting thing is the bridge over 100 years old.
Well, that's reassuring. How high are we up here?
260 feet.
Oh, my goodness. Never had any problem going over that bridge, though, eh?
But no.
Did anything start to fall apart on you?
No, it's a strong bridge. It's over 100 years old. And
that doesn't comfort me that much, knowing it's 100 years old.
Well, it was built in England. Well, let's say this. If it's 100 years old, it's got to be strong. It's lasted that long.
Or it's getting weaker by the day. Wow. Oh, here we go. This will be it.
Oh, there's a bungee.
Oh, that'll be me.
Whoa.
There you go.
Gee, that's where you're going.
Look, there's a dead guy down there on the dock. What's going on? Whoa, Nanaimo. Look, they brought me my own dessert. This is what I love. I like this when I get into any town. I like to have my own dessert there. Hi, how you doing? Nice to see you. Here we are. Take me to the bungee zone. Let's go bungee. Bungee, bungee, bungee.
Did you take the picture? Because I really can't watch.
You can't. Oh, you're gonna jump?
No, my son's jumping.
Oh, you don't want to. Oh, okay. All right, I think I can handle that. All right, how you feeling?
Oh, out of breath. The walk up was, really tiring. So
that's the worst part, isn't it? It's all the stairs.
Yeah.
What do you think this can be a Commonwealth Games sport or an Olympic sport? What do you think?
Well, I'm sure it can be. Like, they have diving and all that stuff.
That's what I'm thinking. Grace, formation, and all that. Yeah. Now, would you do it again?
Yeah, I was thinking of going again, but I think they're a bit impatient to go back.
Now, for you viewers at home, you may be wondering how are we doing this? This is a towel. There's no steel brackets. There's no electronic monitoring device to check my progress. It's This is what you. It's out of the shower, okay? You hop out of the shower, you tie this around your legs. This is what you do. This is what I'm doing for you. Commonwealth Games demonstration. Welcome to the spirit of the games.
Oh, that's for good. Oh, head rush. Whoa!
Oh, there you are. There. Well, you know, after all this bungee jumping, this is sort of an easy step down. This was our trip on this rather endangered rail line that we may have here. Really, tough assignment. Tough assignment.
Well, Dave, that'll be a day you'll never forget.
Oh, I know, but I sort of think this is kind of what the spirit is about. It's about taking memories away from this sort of thing.
Yeah. You know, being a native Victorian, I was really proud the way Victoria opened their arms to the world. I think they did a great job.
And I think it's good how people were exposed to other cultures who they normally probably wouldn't have run into.
Absolutely.
You know?
I think it's really great the way the Commonwealth nations really got together and came together for this event. But, you know, I think that we should all thank our viewers for watching.
Thank you for watching. Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See you in Malaysia.
Oh, yeah. See you there.
We just had a great time in Victoria. And hope to see you in Malaysia in 1998.
I need half an hour to tell you what it means to me. It's gets me choked up. I think it's been probably the most exciting thing that'll ever happen in Victoria, and to see the people come together and to see the joy of the people coming together to put on something as fabulous as this is really the part I'm going to remember.
Looks like you're going to miss it.
No kidding. It's going to be, I think the whole city's going to go into depression next week.
It's over.
It's over, yeah.